Thank you for tuning in to Mirror Now and our big focus. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin writes to President Draupadi Murmu and urges her to recall Governor RN Ravi. Now, Stalin in his letter says that RN Ravi is ineligible to be the governor of a state. M.K. Stalin cited 4 reasons. The first one being unnecessary delay in approving bills which are passed by the Assembly. The reason 2, unnecessary delay in according a sanction to prosecute former ministers accused of corruption. Third reason being acting against the politics and ideas of a democratically elected government. And the fourth reason being interfering in police investigations. Now further, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister termed Governor RN Ravi's move dismissing Senthil Balaji from Council of Ministers as absolutely unconstitutional. At this point in time, let us open the panel for discussion. I'm being joined by SS Sriram, political analyst, and Salim Dharanidharan, spokesperson on the DMK. Welcome to both of you on the broadcast, and we will be, of course, discussing the situation in Tamil Nadu between the state and the governor. My first question to Mr. SS Sriram. So when we know that M.K. Stalin has written a letter to President Draupadi Murmu, he is urging her to recall the governor. Where do you see this going as far as the big spat is concerned?
Yeah, I'm not able to get your audio. I mean, I've been requesting Asta to connect me in another line. I can't hear you at all. Oh.
All right, we will try and fix that connection back with Mr. S.S. Sriram. Let me go across to Mr. Salim Dharanidharan, who is the DMK's. All right, I beg your pardon, sir. Salim Dharanidharan, he's a spokesperson on the DMK. Where do you as well see this going as far as the big spat is concerned between the governor and the state? Because Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has marked 4 reasons to the president as he urges her to recall the governor.
See, our leader and Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, M.K. Stalin, believes in democracy and constitution of this land, and which is why he has written to the president as per the constitution. But has the governor acted as per the constitution? No. More often than not, he has violated the Indian constitution. The recent case being Senthil Balaji, who was under judicial custody of the Enforcement Directorate. A week earlier, around 7:45, governor says he's dismissing him from the State Council of Ministers. How can a governor do it? Does the constitution give him the permission to do so? Absolutely not. See, if you take the article 163 and 164 together, it clearly says that though the ministers serve on the pleasure of the governor himself derives the pleasure from the chief minister who represents the State Council of Ministers. Time and again, the Supreme Court Constitutional Bench has made it profoundly clear that governor is nothing but a shorthand expression of the State Council of Ministers. Even if you go back to the constitutional debate, Ambedkarji clearly said that the governor has to be only appointed because he is only the ceremonial head and we do not want him to run a parallel government. So his role is very clear. And he is also interfering in the police investigation. As I think he kind of behaves like a dictator in an authoritarian regime. He has assumed that Supreme Court will be giving this verdict. For example, when a police investigation was going on regarding child marriage, he went and said, no, there's no child marriage happening. See, police investigation happening. Public has complained. Investigation going on. Investigation, police will come up with the actual fact. If there's any discrepancy in the fact, the court will give the verdict. Why does he have to interfere? He is using his gubernatorial power in an unlawful manner. And also there has been gubernatorial procrastination, which is unacceptable. For example, sometime earlier, he has put more than a couple of dozen bills on hold, even bills pertaining to social justice, such as giving preferences to Dalits in Tamil Nadu government tenders by modifying the 1996 Tender Act, was put in abeyance by him for months together. Similarly, there's a university in Tanjavur, government-run university, which do not allow handicapped people to study. It's a wrong law, and our government wanted to change it. Even this bill, he didn't want to sign for the longest of time. A NEET bill, he took about a year to send it to the president. The governor has only three options when it comes to a bill. Either send it back to the assembly immediately with your assent, or send it to us for consideration. And if you resend it, then you have to sign. Or third, just send it to the president if it undermines the position of the High Court. Right? So, but has he been doing it? No.
Right.
And most importantly, he's also been speaking half truth and interfering in the ideology of the DMK party as well as the ruling regime. We believe in social justice. We believe in empowerment of all. When he was supposed to speak in front of the assembly on 1st of January 2023, he skipped the term secularism. He skipped the term social justice. He skipped the equality. He skipped Ambedkar. He skipped Perarinyar Anna. He skipped Periyar. He missed Kalaignar. He even left Kamaraja's name. So why such partisan behavior? This is not partisan, right? This shows that he's behaving with a motive in hand, and that motive is clearly that of promoting the RSS ideology or the BJP ideology, because he's gone now and then and said we have to believe in the Varna system and so on and so forth. And his statements are in clear coherence with what the RSS would vouch for. And this is unbecoming of a governor. And that is our problem. Why should a governor behave as a politician and behave in a partisan manner? Okay, he showed hurry in dismissing Senthil Balaji from the cabinet. Then why has he not shown the same hurry in giving the permission to prosecute ex-AADMK ministers on whom FIR has been filed? Even CBI has raided some of them. Gutka scam tainted Vijay Bhaskar, we have been seeking permission for the last 6 months. This governor has not given. So that itself is clear proof that he's not acting in a partisan manner.
Right.
And the constitution warrants the first and foremost for a governor is to act in a partisan manner. He has failed to do it. Second, he has violated the constitution.
Absolutely.
Has any minister
Ms.
been
Dharanidharan,
dismissed?
I will come back to you. I'll come back to you. Let me take a word from Mr. SS Sriram. I'll surely come back to you. Mr. Sriram, you heard what Mr. Dharanidharan had to say. There are 4 reasons, and the biggest one being acting against the politics and ideas of a democratically elected government. Well, dismissing Senthil Balaji without concerning the Chief Minister, of course, a move that is being opposed by the Chief Minister, which is why a letter has been written to the President urging to recall the governor. This, standoff is continuing in Tamil Nadu. What do you have to say on this?
Good evening to the rest of the panel. Yeah, I think the current government is using the governor's office for a lot of their failures. To always to keep either blaming the central government or by saying the funds are not being released, or blaming the governor for not doing his duty. The governor is not gone anything away from constitutional obligations, nor he spoke anything against the constitution. He is very much within the framework of the constitution, and he is a protector of the constitution. Now, he has given his observations. Here the government expects the governor just to shut his mouth, keep the pen ready, and be ready waiting outside the Raj Bhavan for papers to come from the central government, and he just has to sign and obey their orders and move on. I mean, that is probably would have happened in the previous governments, which are convenient to them, or which was that is when it was expected to do. Here is a governor in the interest of the state and in the instance of the constitution was seeking clarifications on lot many bills. And almost, believe me, about 57 bills have been sent, whatever being signed have been sent. In the case of NEET, the whole world knows that the stand of the central government or the stand of the Supreme Court as well, that NEET is something which one cannot move away. And this, knowing pretty well that this bill is something which the governor, has to sign, is the way to shield under governor's inaction. Normally, they say when the governor doesn't react, it means that that bill is approval. Now, if you keep, and that is exactly as rightly the constitutional people who wrote constitution gave certain areas a gray area, saying there is no limited time or no specific time within which the governor has to respond, is a fact of the matter that there is a provision for governor not to react. Now, all these are used for larger failures for them, and he talking about Sanatana Dharma. He did not talk about terrorism. He did not talk about separation of the state from the rest of the country. He did not talk about people not to obey the state government here. I mean, all these are imaginary statements. He never spoke about Varnasana, which Dharanidharan blatantly lies on a national channel, that the governor spoke about Varnasana. Not at all true. Now, whatever he spoke was within the framework of the constitution and for the betterment of the state and for the people of state, is my argument and my point, which I am very clear what I am talking about.
Right. Let me now again go across to Mr. Dharanidharan. Sir, how do you now react, to all these, what the opposition is saying about, the Chief Minister, the Stalin-led government, the DMK government in Tamil Nadu? Because very clearly how the Tamil Nadu governor dismissed Senthil Balaji from the Council of Ministers. Stalin says the governor had no power to do so, but the opposition had many things to raise on that.
No, absolutely does not have any goddamn power to do that. The constitution makes it very clear. The governor derives that pleasure from the state cabinet as represented by the chief minister. Then why have elections? See, we live in a democratic country. People vote the MLAs. The MLAs in turn elect the chief minister. Chief minister forms his council of ministers, right? So if governor can arbitrarily nominate someone as minister and dismiss someone as minister, then why kind of have a democracy in election? Governor himself can make whoever he wants as ministers. Right? He can call someone from BJP and MLA and make a minister. It's not like that. Governor appoints only the chief minister, and based on the advice of the chief minister, he appoints the other ministers. And based on the advice of the chief minister, he can dismiss other ministers. When can this change? Only when the chief minister loses the majority in the house. That is, he has support of lesser number of MLAs in the house. Only then can the house can be dismissed by the governor. If retrospectively, let's say if a minister is convicted for a crime more than 2 years, some minister, random minister, then he ceases to be in the office. Now Senthil Balaji is being accused. The matter is sub judice. Has the court proved him to be guilty? No. The former finance minister of Delhi was in prison for a year in the same portfolio as the finance minister. Why did the governor not do it? Has it ever happened in the country before the last 1 year? Never. See, this governor is constantly violating the constitution. When Mr. Sriram said, he said, no, he can't speak about Sanatana Dharma. But the point is, he can speak as a common person, but he cannot speak as a governor. As a governor, who is he to come and say that Tamil Nadu should be called as Tamilaham? Who is he to say that? What gives him the right? Has he read history? He said there was no Dravidian land existing. It's all the same. It's distortion of history. What proof does he have? When there are numerous evidences which states the otherwise, why do you have to go into that? When we had a panel for NEET and we identified that NEET is against social justice. Okay, let's leave Tamil Nadu apart. Internationally, world-renowned professors such as Sanders wrote a book on tyranny of merit. He says even in the US and France, they have identified that entrance exams are against social justice, and only people from privileged backgrounds where parental income is higher or parental education is higher, they have preference in admission and preference in entrance exams.
Right.
But this man goes and says, no, entrance exams are good for social justice. Is it backed by data? No. This is the problem. Continuously speaking contrary to the government's ideology without any data or without any historical evidence is the problem. Whatever he speaks has never been backed by any data. He's investigating in police, like he's intervening in police investigation. What allows him to do that?
Yes, that reason has also been mentioned in the letter. That is, of course, how the governor is interfering in the police investigation. My final question, as we are running short in time, to Mr. SS Sriram. So we will, of course, get you back on Mirror now, and we'll have further discussion. But we are running short of time. A concluding remark from Mr. SS Sriram. How do you now respond to what Mr. Dharanidharan had to say? Because, many reasons. 4 major reasons that have been, cited by MK Stalin, be it the delay in, of course, approving bills or interfering in police action. It is not just, the Senthil Balaji case, but other issues as well.
No. I mean, he has to then answer why did the Honorable current Chief Minister, when he was opposition leader, said the governor had the power to dismiss Mr. Vijay Bhaskar. If Mr. Edappadi did not drop him, then governor has the power to dismiss him. How did the power come then? Now, what happened? How did the current chief minister said the ED had the power to go wherever they want when he was an opposition leader? how did Mr. Current Chief Minister who accused Sendil Balaji, who was the ADMK minister then, and the action taken today for on the corruption charges when he was the ADMK minister, why is he protecting the same gentleman today? And as far as the NEET is concerned, post-NEET, there are at least 2,000 students from the government schools have enrolled into the medicines, which was hardly 200 for 30 long years in the past. So social justice was never there without NEET, and social justice has come only after the NEET. So let him answer all these things. When he, as an opposition leader, has a totally different stand, and when he becomes the government or when he becomes the chief minister, has a totally different stand, is getting exposed. Is what is my point, please?
All right, Mr. Sriram and Mr. Dharanidharan, appreciate you joining us as we've... All right, sir. 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
See, the DMK has nothing to do with the case, right? When he joined the party, he said he will handle the case himself. The point is the unconstitutional behavior of the governor, not just here, but across India. ED is only harassing the opposition politician. 95% of the cases ED has filed on opposition politician, nothing on BJP. Why is he mum on ADMK politicians?
Right.
And our chief minister never said that ADMK minister should be dismissed by governor. He only said governor should call for an inquiry because BJP was not doing anything. Organizations such as CBI, ED under ADMK,
right.
I mean under BJP are sitting quiet. That was the problem. That is why our CM met the governor and said that governor should intervene and ask for investigation on these ministers, not for dismissal.
All right. All right, point taken, point taken. Appreciate both of you joining us on Mirror Now and giving us an overview of the situation now panning out. We have to wait and watch how far the standoff goes between the state and the governor. We leave it at that, viewers, and shift our focus.